There is a tendency in the EB1 world to want to pick your EB1 criteria like you're picking your salad toppings. Well, I have gotten tired telling people that you don't pick the criteria, just like the Harry Potter sorting hat, the criteria picks you. But to soothe your relentlessly impatient soul where you want to pick, let me tell you what are the three criteria that are worth picking. Number one, critical as role. You must do critical role because that is the bread and butter of your EB1 profile, especially if you're working in industry. I'm going to talk about academia as well. But for industry folks, critical role is a non-negotiable. You not having critical role is essentially you not having any professional experience. Like, how are you going to justify to USCIS that you were a nobody inside your company? You were not critical to any initiatives at all, but somehow you're a top in the field. Like, really does not make any sense, right? So you need to first show that you have critical role. Number two, original contributions of major significance. This is something that I have learned from two immigration attorneys, Ian Campbell, and number two is Rohit Srinivasa, where Ian Campbell says that in EB1, essentially what you have to show is you are one in a million. Like, you are extraordinary because you are unique. And what better way to show you are unique, that you have done something that nobody else has done in the field, is by showing an original contribution of major significance. So even though this is a criteria which is A, very tricky, and B, hard to check off, I hope you put your heart and soul into figuring out how to, because the juice in original contribution of major significance is worth the squeeze. And number three is judging. Right? Judging or authorship, I will say. Judging and authorship are those criteria where USCIS A is more prone to approving it. And the reason, in my non-legal expertise, just from a psychological perspective, is that the criteria of judging and the criteria of authorship, it's more checklisty than others, where you have it or you don't. Like, number one is, if you are publishing in a trade magazine, USCIS wants to see that, hey, is this for learned people? Show that the readership is of learned people. And B, the topic that you have talked about is worthwhile, is connected to your critical role or original contributions of major significance. So those are the three criteria that should be your bread and butter in industry. Now, academic profiles also have a huge overlap. In academia, the top three criteria that you need to, like, this is not even an option, you need to, because it is your bread and butter, are authorship, judging, and original contributions of major significance. The only difference is critical role over here. For industry folks, they have critical role. For us, it's judging. For us, was a former academic. Still, I'm a recovering academic, as you, if you must know. But authorship is something that every academic is tested on. There is a saying in the academic world called publish or perish. If you're not publishing your work, you're perishing as an academic. So obviously you have to do that. Number two is judging. Once you publish enough, the journals in which you publish, it's kind of commonplace for those journals to send you papers, because now they have confidence in the fact that you can write and you have the ability to judge the research that is coming out of the field. And number three is original contributions of major significance, as is exhibited by citations. Right? Citations are essentially your original work is being utilized in the field, and how, that part you need to demonstrate. But original contributions of major significance does not just have to be relegated to citations. I, for one, did not show it through citations because A, I did not have any like significant citations. One of the weakest points in my profile was that my citations were not high. But what I did was I took my original contribution and I showed its major significance through other means. For example, I used to package the knowledge that I had gathered by doing original research and used it to facilitate workshops for students. I did workshops for NYU students. I did workshops for, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting, York University, right, in Canada, where or even one in Vietnam, where I shared with them, I shit you not, I shared with them the principles of online dating, the principles of healthy sexual behaviors mediated through online dating, and it helps students make better choices. That is also an impact in the field. And might I say, USCIS, and this is something that I've learned from immigration attorney Nicole Gunara when she gave a talk on my forum, she said that USCIS officers like humanitarian work. They like work which has been done for the betterment of the field. Now, if you look at the anatomy of a USCIS officer, again, I've gathered it from other events that I have done very recently. I did one with Michael Valverde, who said that 54% of USCIS officers are women and 20 to 25% of them are veterans. Now, both of them, these personas have a softer side to them, that they want to see that these immigrants of extraordinary ability that they are bringing to the country, they will help make the country better. So it's not just about like millions of dollars or like frameworks or whatever. It's also showing that the work you're doing in your company, in your field, is being used for the betterment of the country. So in that way, in retrospect, I did show that, hey, my knowledge in online dating research is being used to guide the next generation of online daters, which is a majority of the population, because who even meets people non-online, to help them make better choices that keeps them safe and leads to personal, psychological, sexual, and physical well-being. So keep those three things in mind, that, hey, it's not, if I have to pick criteria, I need to know where to focus on and what to focus on. So for industry folks, critical role, original contribution, and judging / authorship. And for academic folks, it's judging, authorship, original contribution. So keep those keep those things on your face, right? Like, make sure that you're driving depth in this criteria. And once you have driven depth, the magical thing is, the more you drive depth in one criteria, the other criteria emerge. So for example, the more in depth I went into my own research, media attention came to me, right? I didn't have to hunt down media came to me. One example that I can leave you with is Pop Sugar reaching out to me in 2025 when I stopped doing active research on online dating in 2022. So if you do good work, acclaim follows you. You don't have to hunt it, but you have to do good work and focused work. I hope this helps.